Well, we want to welcome everybody to the Elevation Call. And those of you guys who are new to our team, and we have Russ, who's joining us today, Shanika's husband. So we're super excited to have those guys starting a team in Abilene, Texas. And one of the first things we do out of the gate, this is end of month, so we're going to come back to that, but we're going to recognize the top enrollers and the top personal volume teams. Hal, if you can.
Yeah, just quick summary. What we're recognizing is the same thing that Zalise internationally, Zalise corporate recognizes on a weekly, monthly, and annual basis, which is top enrollments, and then also top personal volume for the week. They recognize it for the month, and we're coming here to the close of the month. But we actually, on a weekly basis, recognize people who have enrolled new people, and you get Zalise credits points for that, and payment. Part of income is enrolling new people into the program from wholesale all the way up to through the business kits, as well as upgrades. Like, let's say you have someone who joins your team and say several months ago, they come in, let's say at a wholesale customer, they like the products and they say, you know, I've been telling some people about this. Maybe I should upgrade, get some more products so I have them available or to share with more. And so those upgrades count. And they look at the top 25. We look at the top 25, and we often have people on our team. A lot of times we have a whole lot of people on our team on the monthly Zalise top leaderboard. And we look at that to recognize our team. And so this week at number 18 is Steve and Jenny Todd, who are at number 18 out of Florida. And then we jump all the way up to, what are we? 4. Number 4 is Hal and Lisa. And a lot of that's from upgrades.
Yeah.
When absolutely. You say, so people that we've personally sponsored who started out just on a few glow sticks, ended up buying a bag of glow sticks, so a 30-day experience, and maybe came in at wholesale, and then upgraded because they started sharing with other people. I mean, it's literally a big part of what our volume was this month as far as enrollments. And then on the personal volume side, number 25 out of Indiana is Aaron Peters.
Yep.
And then at number 7.
Well, let me just say, Aaron and Andrea Peters own a nursery. So they are landscaping and plant nursery. So just think in your mind, you know, who do you know that owns a business? Because that's a really great place to create volume.
Yep. And then Dr. Kent Smith, who himself is a dentist who is sponsored by the Todds, right?
Right.
And he's in Texas.
Yeah, he's in
Texas. So anyway, that's the top leaderboard. And it looks like unless somebody comes flying up here tonight and tomorrow, that may be how we end up the month. Because tomorrow's the last day of the month.
We do a lot of teaching on the leaderboard just because part of Elevation Call is helping you elevate your business, elevate your vision. And so we see the people that are on the leaderboard try to, you know, understand tips and tricks from how they consistently can stay and build businesses, as well as really bring on retailers of this product, which is what Kent Smith is, as well as the Peters. These are people who buy in bulk and then they sell this product and they capture a retail profit. So it's really good to keep in mind, these are all ways to build your own business.
By communicating, contacting, maybe, I don't even want to necessarily, in some cases, probably the business, you would call it recruiting, bringing them on board as an opportunity for them to capture that wholesale to retail margin in their store or in their office, however they come in contact with customers that walk in. Of course, Lisa and I have never had that. We've never had walk-in customers in our lives, but we have a lot of people on our team who have that kind of setup for themselves. And so we always encourage you, even though you don't have a storefront, a brick and mortar type of building yourself, you know people that do. We don't encourage going out and focusing on those because that really limits very much, it limits your opportunity. But as you go, you look for those people where people you know. So.
Right. And I wanted to, before we really kind of jump into the call, I wanted to reference the live video that Hal and I did earlier this week, just because we showed you guys a picture of our office and our whiteboard, and we asked you guys to let us know those people who are working. And we talked about a definition of what that means to work in this business, which is really just talking to new people with purpose every week. and also helping those people who are either customers or product users on your team to move forward, take them from wholesale to bronze to silver to gold. And so those are two really important ways that we work in this business. But one of the things we asked you guys is to let us know, what is your 90-day goal? And because what we're doing is we're writing that on the board, and we really want to help you guys stay accountable, to track your success, to help you guys move forward. And so if you haven't done that yet, please do so.
Can you give them their call to action one more time, make it real clear? I mean, I know you just did it, but I want to repeat it.
Yeah,
again.
I want you guys to text us anyway, email, text, and let us know, what is your 90-day goal? For those of you who are actually working and wanting to grow your Zalise business, some of you guys have been in the business a bit. I will tell you one little clue, that February 19th is going to be a really big day with Zalise. It is our Spring Fest. It is virtual and it is free. And Stephen confided in us, literally, we cannot tell what this new product is, but I was pretty blown away with how big it is. He says it's the largest transfer buy product that we have launched. It's a great complement to Glow. It is super fun and is a whole new market segment for us.
Yeah. So I'm going to repeat what you just said. So it's the largest transfer buy product.
Will you tell us what transfer buy is?
Yeah. So people are already spending money in general on this product or this type of product.
Outside of Zalise.
Outside of Zalise. So you're spending, a lot of people, matter of fact, I'll tell you that I may give it away.
Some of you guys have been guessing.
Yeah. So
Angela.
Just this week, I spent $5.76 on one of these for my daughter at her request. So I'm like, are you kidding me? Can't believe we just spent that for that. But so we spending the money anyway, but transfer buying is when you're already spending money over here or multiple places over here. And the only people that get paid for it are the companies who provide that. All you're doing is spending your money over there. And then transfer buying is buying the same thing or the same type of thing from a company that pays you to not only consume it, use it, whatever, but you also get paid for sharing it with other people. And there's a pay compensation for you as a consumer. So you've transferred where you spent your money. And this kind of business has been around a long time. Amway's probably was what's really started it. People were using laundry detergent years ago, and then people started switching to the Amway products. And so that's a transfer buy. So anyway, that's what a transfer buy
Well,
is.
I've gotten really excited with some of the conversations we've had with our CEO, Stephen Thompson, just because of the innovation that they have planned. And you guys remember, every time that we launch a new product, it's just an opportunity to capture people who are passionate about that product. It's an opportunity to run a lot of volume through your own organization, and it's a much more significant paycheck. So we want to really make sure that you've got February 19th highlighted on your calendar. I want to thank Mary Ellen, Susan Everett, Beth at Plumley here in Arkansas. We've got people who are going to be hosting live events, these watch parties. And so it's a great way to move your business forward.
I would think, and I'm really just making this up as I think about it right now, so it may not be true. And I'm really not a big promoter.
No,
but I'm not a like over promoter like some people are, but I was just trying to do the math in my head. And I think probably for every person that you have that's on your team in any way, personally sponsored or in depth on your team personally, that is at the event, I think you will probably see not only a purchase of product, which will increase your business volume for that month, but I wouldn't be surprised if it didn't increase your continuous, like steady, long-term residual income just from the launch by probably 50 to 75, maybe even 100 BV a month,
right? Yeah.
Potentially. And again, that's for every person that you have at the event, and it's free at the launch. I would imagine that you could have no immediate, but some significant long-term residual impact on your personal volume or not your personal, but your business volume for your team, which impacts your income and the expansion of your team.
Right.
I really believe with this launch, everybody's going to understand it straight up and they're going to go, oh, dude, right, nailed it.
Yeah,
So.
Absolutely. And so I want to really kind of jump into kind of the meat of the call. And I want to preface that because if you could see Hal's button here, it says birthday boy. His birthday's Tuesday, and we're making a whole week-long celebration. And it just really gives me a time to recognize this man who 3 years ago really came into my life, and has been working so diligently to serve our team, to work with Celise. He does a lot of one-on-ones. He does a lot of coaching calls. And I've really never had the opportunity to have a life mate and a partner like you.
Oh,
so
thank you.
His depth, you guys, his well runs so deep, and he is a people lover. So it is just with great delight that I get to just once again thank Hal publicly for all that he does for me, for our team, and say he's really thought about some things that he wants to share. And so you guys pull out your pen and paper and take some notes here while Hal shares a few lessons from his heart.
Oh, wow. I get this early tonight.
I know.
Thank you. Birthday deal. So, okay. All right.
I'm
going to take a few minutes, and I really do want everyone to have something to write with, everybody that's on the call, because I want you to just write down a few words, and then we're going to do kind of one of those 1 to 10 rate yourself kind of things. So I heard something this week that I've heard before, and it was a repeat to me on another project that I work on from time to time, a guy that I respect. I heard him talking about this, and he was talking about that in business, and particularly the business that we're in. I'm going to apply it to this because that's what we're doing tonight. But it comes down to belief, that success depends largely upon belief. And I want us to kind of score this. So I'm going to give you 4 main topics, main areas that I want you, you're going to grade yourself on. And I really want you to be honest. And as you grade yourself on these on a scale of 1 to 10, I'd like you also, and we're going to go slow enough that you can make some notes to yourself to say, well, it's this, but if this happened, then it would be this. So on a scale of 1 to 10, I want you to rate your belief with your business with Celise on these 4 topics. Number 1, the industry that we're in. All right, and I'm going to break these out. I'm going to unpack these a little bit, but the industry. The second thing is the company within the industry that we're in, the company. And then the third is the products. That's the third heading. And then the fourth is your belief in yourself, in self. So let me let's just start with on a scale, and I'm going to keep it really basic on the first run through. So on a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being pretty poor, very poor actually, as far as belief, and 10 being knocking it out of the park on the industry that we're in. So when I say industry that we're in, some of you help me. What industry are we in? I'm just going to open it up.
Wellness.
Wellness, thank you.
Hemp-based products.
Hemp-based products, what else?
Health.
Health, all right.
Network marketing.
Network marketing. What was that?
Is it personal care and social selling, social enterprise?
All right, very good. Personal care, social selling. Anything else, main head? We don't have to dive too deep in this. Are there any kind of main headings that we're missing? So we're in the hemp industry. We're in health and wellness industry. Our vehicle that we take it to market in is what we call network marketing or social marketing. You could consider it affiliate in parts where you're connected to others, multi-level pay. So yeah, that's the industry we're in. Did we miss anything?
Yeah, Lauren asked if we could run through the list.
Okay,
again quick.
So the top heading lists are the industry, the company, the products, and the fourth is is self. So we're talking about belief. All right, your belief in the industry, your belief in the company, your belief in the products, your belief in yourself. All right, those are the 4 main headings. So the second, as we mentioned, is company. So what's the company?
Celise.
All right, you think of Celise. Thank you, Lisa. You know what business we're in. Thank you. All right. When you think of the company on this heading, what else would you put there besides the name Celise?
Culture.
Okay, that's another way of saying ultra. But not only by title, what makes up a company, guys?
People.
The people, okay? People who, what else? What's that?
International.
Leadership.
Leadership, all right, what else? Mary
I'll
Ellen, I
say
think-
international.
Okay, international, all right, it's scope,
Teamwork.
teamwork. Would anybody put customer support,
Innovation.
innovation? Are we missing anything? So we got the name of the company,
Science.
pardon,
Science.
compliance, there you
No,
go. Good.
science.
Oh,
Science.
science, well, I'm throwing in compliance too.
Compliance, there you go.
Science.
Got it.
Okay, all right. Well, I can't repeat everything because Lisa's taking the notes, but here's the basics when I think of the company. When I think of the company, I obviously look at the name and the brand, its history, its projected future, its leadership is critical. I think its ability to support as a company, because whether you guys realize it or not, there's over 100 people employed by Zalise. And we're not part of that. We get paid to be ambassadors, but Stephen literally has over 100 employees in Zalise, which I don't know, I don't think any of us could imagine that that's how many people he has employed. It doesn't seem like a lot for a major company, but to me, it seems like a whole lot of payroll investment that he has committed to us. So anyway, I'm not trying to build your belief. I'm just saying, you got to think about the employees, the customer support, the fulfillment people,
The technology and intellectual property.
intellectual property that we have. For example, someone mentioned Ultra. Well, that's connected to the Ultra Cell technology. It's all right, company. And then the third thing is products. So what comes to mind when you think of products with our company?
Hemp-based
Pardon?
hemp-based products.
Hemp-based products. All right. What else do you think of?
Wellness.
Health and wellness. All right. Okay.
The best, the most, the highest quality.
Okay. That's really important. When we think about products. So yeah, we got hemp-based products, but you can buy those at what? The gas station, right? So I want you to think in terms of when you think of products. When I think of products, I think of taste sometimes, especially when I take the magnesium right now. I don't like the magnesium taste. I literally, when I think of products, because they need to improve that. I'm just being honest with you. But the glow sticks, I love. I think they taste great. So what else do we think of when we think of products?
I'm missing words, but when you have a lot of different products, so we got the vitamins, we got the skincare, we got the glow, we have a variety of products.
Okay, very good. Variety of products, maybe fall under innovation. What else?
Quality of products.
Quality. Okay.
Quality.
Anybody, are we missing anything on products?
I was talking about the results. Product with results.
So in our business, how important in what we do is Zalise, how important is results for people?
Very. We lose customers
Very.
if we don't have it.
That's right. Very, very, very important. So how about price, guys? Nobody's mentioned price. I'm shocked that no one's mentioned price, but it's okay if you don't. When you think of products.
When I think of quality, I think of price. So I
Okay.
kind of brought that together. Sorry.
Scientific backing.
Okay. All right. So through these first three, I want us to go back and I want you now to start scoring your personal belief. And I want you to be very honest. I want you to be very honest with yourself from your knowledge. And some of you are brand new. Maybe you've been involved with us maybe a week or two. Others have been like Lisa, 4 years, up to almost 4 years. But I want you to be honest with where you are today and your belief in the health and wellness industry, where we stand today. Multi-level, as we know it, hemp, CBD, nutritionals. In other words, if you're going to invest your energy and your time, your money, your personal relationships with other people, if you're going to make a personal 90-day goal commitment, how high or how low is your belief in the industry that we're in right now? Do you believe that it's a 9, like this is the best industry to be in the world right now for me? Or is it a 3? You're like, yeah, I think CBD's out the door. I think we kind of worn it out. That's kind of 2 extremes. Where are you personally on your belief on that?
Well, it depends. Can
well,
I say,
Yeah. Mhm.
in myself, my number, I'm sorry to say, but we want honesty, is going to be lower than Zalise itself in our leadership. Does that make sense?
Well, that's when you answer the next question. So about
Okay.
company.
Okay,
So,
sorry.
so apply this to the first category, industry. And I'm not looking for answers at this point. I want you to write your number down. So next thing I want you to write down about the company. Now let's go back over what the company is. Well, the brand name, Zalise. Like for me, and what Zalise means, I spent the first 3 months probably thinking that the word Zalise, which is a Swahili word, which means multiplying nutrition, I actually thought it meant the word bliss. I thought it meant bliss, and I told people that when I presented about it. I was wrong. But for me, I was enthused about the idea that it meant bliss. But what it ultimately boiled down to was I wasn't that far off. That's not what it means in Swahili. It means multiplying nutrition. But when we think of the name Zalise, the company name, Xylus, it's not. Is it recognizable? Is it known, or is it? What is the name? But much more important than that is when you think of the company, where we are, the leadership of the company, and Hal and I are not leaders in the company. I'm like, we're not company leaders. We are brand ambassadors who've reached a rank in the company that we provide leadership for our team. We are looked at as leaders, but when it comes like to corporate, we do not get paid a corporate salary, right? We don't get anything. If we do not produce, we don't get paid. We're not on a salary. So when I want you to think about the corporation and the corporate, people at support get paid. People who do fulfillment get paid. So the company and what the company represents, what it's doing, what its passion is, what its heartbeat is, what its mission is, how well it communicates to the world and to the people representing it. So on a scale of 1 to 10,
The belief.
the belief in the company. Your personal belief is what I'm trying to get to. And then the third is on the products. What is your personal belief in the products? And you can do that as a whole, or maybe you have one hero product that you believe in, at a 10, and the other ones you believe in at a 2 or a 3 or a 5. But overall, when you think of the products, where we are, how they go to market, your belief in how you can take them to market, how you can share them with other people. These products, if they do not move into your world, your community, the people in your network, if they are not bought by those people, if they don't believe in it, you don't really have a business. If there are people in your world that you presently know or that you encounter through life are not going to buy into your products, the products that you believe in, and the products that you use and that you have to offer them, you don't have a growing business. And so the question is, where are you presently with your belief in these products? Okay. And then the fourth one, which is really critical when it comes to belief in building and working with a company and building a business, not only the industry, the company, and the products, but your belief in yourself. So we haven't talked much about yourself. So I want to ask, when we talk about your belief in yourself, give me some subheadings to what I'm talking about when I say belief in yourself. So y'all throw out some of those things for me.
Determined.
Pardon?
Determined.
Determined. Okay.
Your
Promoter.
self-image.
Okay. What was that?
A promoter.
Promoter. Okay.
Your self-image.
Self-image.
Yeah.
That we have enough, experience and knowledge.
Okay.
in
Confidence.
Confidence.
Mhm.
Okay.
Motivation.
Motivation.
Grit,
What was that?
grit.
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 Okay. All right.
Okay, well,
Discipline.
Discipline. Thank you. What else?
Focus
Focus. All right.
and like discipline.
Okay.
I know there's a word for it, but it's going blank right now. Stick to of this, that it's like, I'm not going to.
Tenacity.
Thank you very much.
Yeah,
Because I was going to say
consistency,
that.
consistency.
Perseverance.
Sounds, so it's interesting. And if I looked at some of these words, there's so many that mean the same thing.
Mhm.
So let me read off some of those, and I don't have them. So we've got tenacity, perseverance, stick-to-itiveness, determination,
Consistency.
consistency, discipline, grit, determined,
Focus.
focus.
Teachable.
So
Teachable.
teachable. Okay, that's another one. But I'm going to tell you, if there's 12 words that Lisa's written down, 7 or 8 of them have to do with being able to be where you are and determined to get better.
Courage.
It's courage. But I just think it's interesting. These are your words. These are not mine. I'm just threw it out there for you. And most of you are saying basically the same thing. So one of the things I don't hear on there about self-belief, I haven't heard a word about it. And it's interesting to me that these things are not there. Belief in your dream, belief in where you want to be. No one mentioned that yet. Not one thing, which is very interesting. Most of the focus on this self-belief section has to do with pulling yourself up by your bootstraps, like right now, be determined, have the grit, what I would call pretty low vibration. I mean, it's determination, but it's not a high energy stuff, right? It's not dreaming. It's not expanding. It's not abundance. It's not high belief mindset. And so this is one of the reasons why I did this, because I really think we need to do in my own personal life. I have a personal commitment to self-evaluation and evaluation with other people that hold me accountable in my life. And I think that Zalise as a company, it does that and needs to do better. I think that I, as a person, do that and certainly need and can do better. And I challenge each of us to consider, it's the reason I did this tonight is not to be trying to pump you up, but I wanted you to take an honest look at where you are personally. I mean, like right now, I've got a huge amount of like growing anticipation of the expansion and the future of Zalise, because I've done some evaluation. I've done some checking on some of these things, looking at the industry more, the company, asking hard questions of people in the company, looking at the products, but also looking at myself and how I think about the other 3 things. So if I really boils down to it for myself, if I look at those other 3 things when it comes to business, what do I believe about the industry? What do I believe about the company? What do I believe about the products? My score, when you combine it with the score about my belief in myself, is going to be a pretty critical number. So just do a quick average across the board. So if you've got a 7, you've got a 9, do an average. So just add them up. Add your numbers and whatever you come up with. Divide by 4. I don't need to know your numbers. I just want you to do it for yourself. And of course, this is not really scientific. It just kind of give you a baseline to where you're at today. Where would you put yourself? So overall, with the industry we're in, what is your score? On the company, what is your score on a scale of 1 to 10? On the products, what is your score? And on yourself, yourself, what is your score? So take that, add it up, divide by 4, that's your overall number. But I want you to look at your highest, and I want you to look at your lowest score numbers. So I want you to shout out to me, what is your highest score? What industry, company, product, or self?
Product.
Product,
Company.
company,
Industry.
industry, okay? Keep going. Highest score,
Product.
product.
Me.
Somebody said me?
Me.
Okay.
My high score is me.
Okay. Who, other? Let's keep going. Shout out your highest score.
Product.
Product, thank you. Keep going.
Products.
Product.
Product, product,
Company.
company,
Product.
company. Okay. Steve Todd, you said me. You're the highest ranking person on this call.
It's
Do you think that that has anything to do with where you are? That your
Well-
highest score is you.
I think it does. I mean, I think you have to, first and foremost, we have to take care of us first in self-belief, to be able to believe in the company or believe in products or believe in, I think if we don't believe in ourselves the most above anything and everything, then you'll never rise up to the cause of the other items. That's my 2 cents on that.
I think it might be worth more than 2 cents. Anybody else have any input on that? So.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Hal.
Okay,
Just
Patty.
thinking about this thing, and I try to sit here. So obviously after 33 years in real estate, I know I keep bringing that up. After the first year, I had very high self-confidence in real estate because I felt like it was a comfort level. So I think some of us, have to realize that, we have to kind of start all over again in a new industry or new business, because we have to, learn and be teachable and that kind of thing. So I feel like I know what Steve is saying, and I think that's amazing. I just think that so many of us on this call need to realize that, we need to be learning every day something and being more teachable every day. That's just that's my take on it.
Thank you, Patty. All right, so I'm just gonna I want to leave this with you, this thought that I honestly believe that we go through ups and downs in all of these. I think probably the industry itself is both the best thing and the most challenging thing. For example, the hemp CBD market is totally on the leading edge. Zalise is totally on the leading edge. It's so new. It is so new. And it's still today that it's a challenge. So its best thing is also one of its most challenging things. At the same time, we're in the industry of affiliate or multi-level pay, social marketing, which unfortunately and fortunately is both its best and worst thing about it, because of opinions of others and so forth. But it's really the best way in the world still for people to not only earn from the transfer buy concept and others, but to help other people win. And when you help more people win, no matter where they start, then you win more yourself. And that's, one of the great things about the industry. But at the same time, we heard it just this weekend from a family member. It's a challenge. People are like, don't want to do that MLM thing. And they throw everything into the same big lump. So that's a challenge. So we go up and down with that in the industry. We can believe in hemp, but have a challenge on the other side. With the company, I think most of us have a very high grade of the company until they do something we don't like or don't agree with. Or we get a bad product. When we say bad product, it'll be something like it's got the dropper doesn't work right, or the shipping gate gets delayed, or who knows what. But most of the time, we think, the company's great, customer service is great, whatever. But these little things impact us. And unfortunately, many times, unless we have a high belief in the other areas, one thing within the company can cause us to slow down, backtrack, lose momentum, fall away from our belief in so many other things. It's very typical. And then when it comes to products, you know, if they bring out a product, then that's great. You know, I'm not going to go into, I don't want to spend how much more time on this, but I'm just saying we have our ups and downs. But I believe the place that we have the biggest challenge and the place that we can do the most about, we really can't do a lot about the industry. We really can't do a lot about the company. We can't do a lot about the products as far as what we have to work with. We really can't do a lot about what other people think about those products. We just have to get the products out there in front of people. So of all those four things that require belief, though they're all important, the one that we have control over the most is our belief in ourselves. It is the one thing that we can make a change with, we can work with, we can grow, we can take from a 3 to a 4, you know, and we love to see people go from a 3 to a 4. We love to see people go from a 4 to a 4.15. You know, we don't expect people to go from a 3 to an 8. It's really, you just can't even get there from there, not consistently. And so belief in yourself is the thing that we really try to help with the most. We coach on that. We make ourselves available for that. And we challenge you to be constantly growing in your belief in yourself, how you do that, the changes you make. And when you do that, then you actually end up, believe it or not, when you raise your self-belief, you end up raising your belief about the products, you end up raising your belief about the company, and you end up raising your belief about the industry. So the industry could raise, but if self-belief does not rise, it doesn't work. The only one that you can really, really impact is your own self-belief, and it will impact all the other ones. So anyway.
Awesome. And you know, what a great transition. We have Steve and Jenny Todd on this call, as well as Laura McClendon. Speaking of self-belief and also belief in products, company, and industry, Steve and Jenny, tell us what you guys just did with Laura, and hopefully Laura will weigh in as well.
Hi, guys. Well, we just got back from Texas with Laura and her crew out there in Thelma. We visited with Thelma and who else on the call here? We just, yeah, but we had a great time. We had a wonderful time actually, and went out there to just visit and reconnect with our team out there that we just have grown so dear to, all of them. And we felt that it was time to go and to just be able to help and just be friends, you know, because we just have grown with friendships with these people, with everybody, and it's important to us, important to Jenny and I both. So.
But I would like to add, Lisa, going the way you open the meeting up, you know, about increasing your volume with businesses. And I would really like for Laura to speak up here, because Laura is a tremendously successful business leader in the health and wellness industry. And so that we made the trip, as Steve said, to just, you know, build relationships with her downline. But Laura has a tremendous business. And so she and Steve got together and brainstormed, and Laura came up with, let's have a health expo. And so Laura had 2 topics that she spoke about, things I'd never heard of. And Steve and I came home with all kinds of stuff and healthy things, all natural remedies. It was awesome. But Laura spoke on some very fabulous topics. And then Steve spoke about sleep, you know, and so he was able to incorporate DREAM and R&R. That's part of our protocol for our patients. So that was a boost for revenue and moving products. And so Laura just came up with this wonderful idea. We had a room full of people. I think I told her people coming and going, Laura, and I think it was 25 total. Some of the latter ones didn't get signed in because I think they felt they were interrupting, but there was 25 people that came in and out that day, and it just was awesome. So I want to turn this over to Laura. Y'all, if you have any questions about increasing volume through retail businesses, This is a queenie bee right here, Miss Laura McClendon. So thank you, Laura, for the
Yeah,
opportunity for
Laura,
us to
she's
come and
phenomenal.
share.
Absolutely, she's phenomenal. Her wealth of knowledge is unbelievable, what she knows and how she helps her community. She just really, really helps her community a lot, and she's a treasure for her community. So, Laura, you got any comments?
Well, first, I want to say thank you to Steve and Jenny for coming out, because we had such a great time. And all of my clients, I mean, I've had like 20 people today say, I need the Zoom, I need the Zoom, I need the Zoom. So there were a lot of people that couldn't come, but they still want the information. So the fact that you took the time out of your schedule to come and help me do that, I'm so appreciative. And I loved everything that you talked about. Everybody was captivated by all the things that you taught us. And I know it's going to help everybody in the community too, So I'm excited to get things rolling again. We were still like in a hotbed of COVID, but we did it anyway. I'm like, forget it. We got our air purifier that kills COVID. We're just going to sit in here and do it anyway. So I'm going to have classes every month and try to start incorporating the Zalise and just some health classes every month at my office, because people have been wanting that. And then if they can't come or they don't want to come in person, then you can record it and put it on Zoom. I was going to put it in a Facebook Live, but Facebook kind of, they said they'd shut my group down if I posted anything else about turmeric decreasing inflammation or anything like that. So we're keeping it on the down low, and we're doing Zoom, and I'm going to send it to everybody that, but I have been using the Project Broadcast, and I want to say thank you to Lisa for getting somebody to set up an onboarding program with the Project Broadcast. And because I've been using it just with my clients as my business number. And I was like, I need to get some kind of something going to onboard people and keep people in the loop and all my clients in the loop. And so I bought that program. I can't wait to get that going too. But we had so much fun yesterday. It was a long day, and they were troopers. They hung in for the whole time. We had some fun technology things. And I've been practicing my breathing today, so that's good too.
Yeah.
Awesome,
Yeah.
guys. Well,
Yeah.
thank you so much, Laura and Steve and Jenny, for just investing in the team. And thanks to Hal, because that's a really wonderful way to kind of self-evaluate. Really, sometimes these are things we don't really think about, but they're things that affect our behavior in this business. And these are great examples of people who believe in self and believe in company, products, and industry.
That's right. And so I'm going to leave all of those with this. We have had in the last, we get this a lot because of so many people we're connected with. But when people have a question about, let's say, company and product, we had that this week. We've been working on it a couple of weeks. We had a very important person. I say everybody's important, but we had someone who has a significant impact in their community that had an issue with droppers, and which come from the company. It's not a common thing. The company investigated it and found that like 0.0025% of products that have gone out have had a complaint, 0.0025, which is way below a level of a problem. However, because they reached out and shared that with us, we were able to, I would say, kind of escalate the concern to address it. And I think after that was done with some leaders in the company and so forth, brought a few people into conversation. I know for me personally, it raised my belief in the company, not so much in the products, because I kind of knew the background on these droppers a little bit, but it just their commitment to make sure that we're hearing everyone, like what is their real concern and why. And so my belief in the company was raised because another one of our ambassadors took upon themselves not to complain, but to express, we can do better here, and express that. And that's someone who already has a high belief in themselves and had the confidence to raise the standard, you might say, or belief. And it raised all of, at least our belief in the process. So all I'm going to, what I'm saying about that is, when you raise your own personal belief, you will raise the belief and raise the company. You may not think that you have a large impact on the entire company and the impact in the world, but when you raise your personal belief, your own self-esteem, you do end up creating a ripple effect with so many people in your life. And then even beyond that, you can impact a company, and then you can impact an industry by just your personal commitment to personal growth and belief in yourself.
And I think it's safe to say that we really don't find our true power in building this business until we have that belief in ourselves. And sometimes I believe that's the best reason to do this business.
It is.
So this is end of the month, guys. So that means that we have until tomorrow at 11 o'clock Central to create volume to get paid in that volume in February 15th. And so just remember that we can do a lot of things in the last 24 hours. And I wanted to give some shout outs because I love seeing people who take that end of month run very seriously. I've been following Christina Durham, and she's done a lot of promotions to get her last orders in. She just texted me that she had done a lot of activity today. I know Martha Sandvin has done a lot of activity, and what they're doing, guys, they're selling a lot of 10 packs just to get this product in people's hands. And I wanted to shout out, I know Mary Ellen, she's been doing some great things on Facebook. Mary Ellen, you are so far ahead of me. It's just, I have envy on that, but I know that I'm going to get there eventually. So I'm glad that our scale didn't include a self-evaluation on our social media ability.
So
Is
also
that part of self-belief?
That is self-belief. Also, those of you who remember running for any kind of rank, your next level up of rank, Stephen is pulling out of his own personal pocket this month. And we've had some people who've hit that and earned some extra Stephen money, some cash bonuses just for this month for hitting your new rank. Also, some of you have upgraded this month, which obviously is self-belief, company belief, industry. I want to shout out to Shanika, who has recruited Russ, her husband, into this call. And so I want to welcome that. And, hey, man, I tell you what,
that's the hardest.
If you can recruit your spouse or someone who's really close to you, sometimes that's the biggest win you'll ever get, to do it together, because this is a fun thing to do together, as many of you would agree with. Then just a couple of quick announcements.
Yeah, I
that we want to
promote.
promote.
Announce about Elevation Call.
Okay.
Do you want to say that, or since you kind of set the schedule for next month?
Oh yeah. So there's a Super Bowl that's on the second Sunday of the month. And I just said, we're not, even though the Chiefs are out, whatever. I said, we're going to every other week. So we're not going to do the second and fourth. We're going to do the first and third. And there's a couple of reasons strategically about that. I think we do better by having a third Sunday call rather than pushing ourselves like in this week. It's kind of like we got one day left to end the month strong. And I'd rather do a third week to push to the end for you. For your volume. And then so first and third. So we're going to do next Sunday. We're going to
February 6th and the 20th this month.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys, we do that for a lot of reasons. Mary Ellen, I have to give kind of a shout out to you. Just some of our top leaders come to us, and the best thing you can do, guys, is find people that really want to build this themselves. We love being with this group. I mean, it's my favorite thing of the week to get to see your faces and hear your voices. And I'm so inspired by the things that you're telling us about the people that you've gotten on product. But when we give you guys 2 hours extra in your week to go build your business, that is a beautiful thing.
Or with your family.
Or with your family. Yeah, this is not about management. This is really about allowing people to go build it on their own. So thank you for that. And so we're gonna try this bi-weekly, and we think we've heard great feedback on it so far. You guys, we can talk offline about how to spend that extra hour if you really want to build with it. Otherwise, just enjoy it.
You go play golf like every other Sunday. When it gets warmer, I might be on the golf course. Who knows?
Who knows?
That's right. And I'm seriously, at least some. But the other thing is that we want to promote. We've done it a little bit tonight, but February the 19th, we just want to again sign up. You really need to register. It's free. Go in your back office, sign up for it. Even if you think you might go to
Watch
a watch party somewhere else, still you need to register just to have it there. Really to give to the company. They're giving to us. Here's what I'm going to ask you to do. This is the first event that they've made absolutely free. And why Stevens decided to do that, I'm not 100% sure, other than just to express and to build, to kind of build back after the decision to cancel the Florida event, which is disappointing to some. Some people are, totally okay with it. Some happy with it. But to give a free event for us, even though it is virtual, there's a cost to it. And I will tell you that it was not free for Stephen Thompson and Zalise to cancel the event in Florida. It cost him big time because of contracts, but because of COVID, because of the spike, because of all the things that are going on. And like he has said, he didn't want to put us in that position. Hopefully this will be the last of that. But beyond that, he said, we're going to offer this Spring Fest virtually for free, no ticket cost. So there's a lot of that for him. And we're not really speaking for the company, but what I would say to you is just because it's free, don't take it like you don't need to sign up for it. Please sign up, go into your back office, sign up, do a watch party, invite people to come. That we already know they're doing some things differently at this. I think you're really going to like some of the kind of neat behind the scenes things that you're going to get to see, help you better understand not only the products and the company and the industry we're in. I think it'll build your belief, and all of us can stand to have our belief built, or at least to have a little belief piggy bank that we can go draw from time to time when we feel like we don't got any belief change in our pockets. So. And
Susan asked a good question. She said that there's 5 Sundays in several months. And so you guys remember 1st and 3rd, that 5th Sunday, we'll let you know if we want to do an additional call, a training call or something like that. Or if you have a need or you have a request, we'd love to hear from you guys. But the 1st and 3rd you can count on. And the rest of that we'll leave up to just as we need it.
Yep.
And so let me go ahead and end this call. I'm just going to stop the recording. And then if you guys have